You're listening to the Master Passive Income Podcast Network. Welcome to the free real estate investing course with me, Dustin Heiner, host of the Master Passive Income Podcast, and I'm going to help you to become a successful real estate investor. In this course, I'm going to be giving you step-by-step how to invest in real estate, and I kid you not, I currently sell this course for $500. It's a video course. Now, there is a couple other things in there, or a lot of other things inside there, but this is the meat of it. I sell this course for $500 on my website, masterpassiveincome.com. Well, because I love podcasting, my Master Passive Income podcast that I've had for, 8 years now, just solo show teaching you how to invest in real estate, I decided I wanted to give this away for free on here because I love podcasting, because you found this. And so you can get all of this if you go to my site and pay $500 right now, or you can go to my site and get the rest of it for free. I'm going to give you my free real estate investing course in PDF so you can download, plus other great goodies if you text the word rental to 33777. Rental to 33777. I'll give you my real estate investing course completely for free with a whole bunch of other bundles of good stuff. If you go to masterpassiveincome.com/free course, going to give you that as well. And I would love it if you get anything out of this, that you would give this a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify and share it with one person, because my goal is to help 1 million people to invest in real estate. Hopefully you are one of them, and then your friends are as well. And let's get into this next lesson. Great job making it this far. I'm so super excited that you're a part of this with me. Again, my name's Dustin Heiner, founder of Master Passive Income and the creator of this online course. And I'm so excited that you've made it this far. Today, we're going to learn about how to make 780% return on your money in 1 year. Wouldn't that be amazing if you can put your money in the stock market, buy one stock, and it go up 780% in 1 year? Well, in real estate, that's possible. As of stocks, it's really not that possible. It's actually more possible to lose that much money. Anyways, I want to share with you guys how you can make 780% return in 1 year with easy numbers. I'm actually going to walk you through the math. So one thing that I started to realize was there's so much good information that I need to give you one more day. So watch for tomorrow. I have a bonus video for you, bonus day number 8, that's actually going to walk you through how to find and buy a rental property. We're going to use an online database like Zillow.com, actually find a property, and I'm going to give you all the tips and tricks that I have to quickly find a property. All right, so let's jump right into this, and good job keeping up with this course. I'm super excited that you made it this far. So let's jump into day number 7. So we're going to look at how to find the value of the deal and how to make 780% return on your money just in 1 year. That's not lifetime, that's 1 year making 780% return on your money. Wouldn't that be absolutely fantastic to be able to do that and make that much money in 1 year? Well, I've done it before, so let me show you how to do it. So let's walk through the net profit valuation. We're going to walk through some numbers. It's really simple, like I said, and I believe it was day number 3, that it's just elementary school math. It's just learning how to apply that math. So step 1 is to calculate the gross rents, both yearly and monthly. That's basically any money coming in from your rental property, all the rent coming in, total all that up for the month and also for the year. Next is add up in total all variable and fixed expenses, both yearly and monthly. So all the different expenses that one particular property can actually cost you, you want to have that total, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a little bit. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have both the income and the expenses. And step 3 and 4 is add up your total yearly mortgage payments and deduct the variable expenses and mortgage payments from your gross rents. So basically, take your income minus your expenses is your net figure. So step 5, take your net figure and divide it by your down payment. This will give you a percentage figure that will give you a rate of return on your invested cash. So let's look at it. How do we actually, it's a lot of words, how do we actually apply it? So an example would be a $2,000 down payment. That's the one on the right. So your down payment would be on the right. So your $2,000 down payment to buy the investment returns you $500 in 1 year. That is a grand total of a 25% return on your money in the first year. So if you can put $2,000 down on a stock and it returned $500 plus your original $2,000, then you've made $500, a 25% return on your money. Now let's look at how to scale that up. What if you were to put that same $2,000 down, but instead you're able to make $4,000 in the 1 year? That would be a 200% return on your money. Again, if you bought a stock for $2,000 and it gave you back $4,000 on top of your $2,000, you'd make 200% return. Everybody would jump on that, right? Well, in rental properties, it's absolutely possible. What about if you were to put down $2,000 again, but then you were to make $5,000 return on your money? That would be a 250% return on your money in 1 year. So basically, you made your entire amount that you invested back, and you were able to make another $5,000 on top of that. So you basically have $7,000 instead of the $2,000 originally. So you made it 250% return on your money. Isn't that amazing? I wasn't kidding when I said you can make 780% or more with buying rental properties. It's absolutely amazing to see. Now, this is just one figure. There are many other ways that we make money. Remember in day 2 where we talked about the 5 different ways you can make money? This is just one way. Now, let's look at the 5 ways to make money. As an example, we're going to walk through a single family home with $10,000 down payment in the analysis. And this is what it would actually look like if you were to buy a house like this and everything pans out. So in looking at this house we bought for $10,000 down payment out of our pocket, the first things we want to look at is the monthly rent is $1,100. Now the yearly rent is going to be $13,200. That's $1,100 times 12. So you get every single month money coming in times 12. $1,100 times 12 is $1,300. Next, let's look at the expenses that we have. Your monthly expenses and your yearly expenses. Basically, your yearly expenses is basically just multiplying your monthly by 12, so you get the yearly expenses. So you have your taxes, insurance, water, sewer and utilities, advertising, vacancy. A lot of people don't put in vacancy. Vacancy basically is if the property is not rented at any given point for a month, you got to take that money out because you're not making that money. So we're projecting in the future how much we're going to make. So we're looking at all of our expenses. We're going to have a total of $215 in 1 month, and then over the course of a year, all the expenses will equal up to $2,580 in the expenses. Now from there, we can take that and see what kind of mortgage do we have. Do we pay cash? Do we pay cash? Man, that's great. If you paid cash, you just take your $1,100 a month minus your total monthly expenses. So your income minus your expenses, and that's your profit. Man, wouldn't that be awesome to be able to make, what is that, $885 a month? That would be just absolutely amazing. But most people would have to get a mortgage. So if you have a mortgage, your first mortgage, say, for instance, is $538 because of the type of property you got. Just round numbers, your mortgage is $538. That's not including your taxes and insurance. Remember, we put that up here. A lot of mortgages, or a lot of banks actually have you put that in your taxes and insurance, put that into your mortgage. So your mortgage payment would probably be a little higher. It'd probably add $150 on top of that. So what's that? $688. So let's move on. Now we have those separated, but when we bring them all together, let's look at your monthly cash flow. That's money coming in your pocket every single month. This is your gross rents, which is $1,100. Minus your expenses, which is $215, and minus your mortgage debt, which is $538. Now, if you could also, again, multiply it by 12, that's what your yearly projected income is going to be, or income and expenses is going to be. Now, let's look at how that's actually going to play out. So your net cash flow is going to be $347 a month. Now, remember, that is $1,100 minus $215 minus $538 equals $347. Since the total investment you put in the deal was $10,000 down payment on the property, take the net yearly cash flow of $4,164 and divide it by the total investment of $10,000. So $4,164 divided by $10,000 is 0.4164, which is 42%. So your return on your money in the first year, this is literally the money out of your pocket, not how much you paid for the property. How much you put down out of your pocket is a 42% return on your money in the first year. Imagine if you only put down $5,000 instead of $10,000. Your return would be double that. You could not get that in the stock market, even if you tried your hardest. Now, this is just one way that I'm showing you how you can actually make 780% return on your money or more in 1 year. So 4,164 divided by 10 equals a 42% return on your money. Imagine if you got that in the stock market. I bet you cannot do that. Let's look at the next way that you actually make money. So hold that 42% in your head. We'll go back to it and we'll use it in just a little bit to add up to our 780% return on our money. So now let's look at equity capture. Remember that you make your money when you buy the property and you realize your money when you sell it. So if you buy a house, a market value is $125,000, but the purchase price is $100,000. So you basically, instead of paying $125,000, you bought it for $100,000 where you negotiated the value down or the price down. You captured that equity. You captured that's in your pocket now. And you actually have $25,000 in equity that you can use. You can sell the property and take that $25,000. You could refinance the property and take out some money from a loan that you might get on the property. So to calculate the return on your investment, your ROI, on the equity, you divide the equity capture amount by the total investment to get your return. So let's look at how that plays out. So you have $25,000 divided by $10,000 is a 250% return on your money. Wouldn't that be just absolutely amazing? So if you put $10,000, again, this is the same deal, $10,000 down on a property that's out of your pocket, and your equity, you immediately capture $25,000, that's another 250% on top of the 42% we just looked at. Okay, so let's look at the next section. Appreciation of value. So in 1 year, it's easy to say that your value could go up as well as what you can do to the property. So if you know your market, you would be able to estimate how much specific improvements will increase the value of your property. Appreciation on your property turns into cash profit when you sell or refinance the property. So if your revised appraised value after you fixed it up, so you put in maybe $5,000 into the property. So let's look at the original market value was $125,000, but you bought it for $100,000. Now your new appraised value after you put money into the property is $155,000. That is a total of $30,000 increase from the market value. But you originally bought it for $100,000. Your cost of improvements would be $8,000. So your forced appreciation on top of what you bought it for, not what you don't worry about the current one was that when you originally had it at 125, you look at what you actually bought it for. So your purchase price is $100,000. Your forced appreciation now is $47,000. Now that was your new appraised value minus your total purchase price minus your cost of improvements, what it takes to fix up the property, and that is your forced appreciation amount of 47%. Remember, you had 42% back in the last screen. This one you have 250% on this screen with equity capture. Now, calculate your total return. You would take, for the ROI, you divide the forced appreciation amount by the total invested you get on your return. So wouldn't that be amazing to be able to now say, I actually have another 470% return on my investment in the first year because I fixed it up? Wouldn't that be absolutely amazing? So that's another huge increase in how much you're making. Now let's look at the next one. Equity buildup. As rents pay down the mortgage, the equity increases and you consider a profit. The equity is only on paper until you sell or refinance the property. So you have the purchase price of $100,000. Your down payment is $10,000. Your total value is $90,000 that you owe still on the property. Your initial loan amount is $90,000. Now the amount applied to principal will be $800. So in 1 year, you make enough payments that your principal goes down $800. Your new principal balance is $89,200. To calculate the equity buildup for the ROI, divide the amount of equity by the initial total investment of $10,000. That would be $800 divided by $10,000 equals an 8% return on your money. Just by you having your tenants pay the mortgage, you actually get 8% return on your money. Now let's put all those numbers together that we just went through. So let's recap of the valuation and ROI. So your net cash flow, remember we talked about that 42%, that is from your cash flow that's coming in your pocket every single month. Remember, you have that cash flow coming in, divided by your initial investment of $10,000 equals 42%. Next is equity capture. When you buy the property, you buy it for lower than the property's worth, and you capture all that equity. So that is a 250% increase in ROI on your money in 1 year. Your forced appreciation, you fix up the property, that's another 470% increase on your money just by putting $8,000 into the property. Next one, your equity buildup. Remember, your tenant's paying all the mortgage payments for you, so they're paying down your debt. That's your equity buildup. Now, you remember the fifth way is to have a tax advantage, and it's kind of hard to estimate that, but let's just give it a round number of 10%. It could be more or less. You got to talk to your accountant. But let's look at these round numbers and see what does it actually equal out to. Your first year total rate of return is 780%. Now, that was on your initial investment of $10,000. Can you believe that you can make 780% return on your investment in 1 year? Try to get that in the stock market, bonds, treasury bills, or any other investment. I know of no other investment that would actually do that as well. So all these numbers point out to where you put money in, you make 780% or more on your investment in the first year. It's absolutely astonishing how much money you can make with rental properties. Okay, so there was a lot of numbers. Go back and watch through it over one more time. You don't really need to know all these numbers, but you need to know how they work in general, that you are actually going to be making money. And every time you go through your deals, you're not going to actually have to walk through those numbers, but it's good in case you want to find out. It's really simple to find out too. And that is it for this one. Remember, get my real estate investing course completely for free. Text the word rental to 33777 or go to masterpassiveincome.com/free course. And if you got anything out of this, I would appreciate it if you went to Apple or Spotify or wherever you're listening and give it a 5-star review. So hopefully more people will be able to learn how to invest in real estate and change their life. All right, we'll see you guys in the next one.